Do you have a hard time treating tinnitus? You're not the only one. So today I wanted to talk about acupuncture for ear ringing, or tinnitus as the technical word. Welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm Clara and I create content for practitioners and students, making it easy to grasp and fun to learn. So let's talk about acupuncture for tinnitus or for ear ringing. First of all, we want to look at the differences in different kinds of tinnitus, and we want to do a TCM diagnosis. Do you like my George? He's pretty good, right? That way I'm not by myself. Okay, so we said tinnitus diagnosis. Two things. First, is it constant, like all the time, or does it come and goes? Those two are going to make a difference. Constant is a deficiency. Come and goes is an excess. Second, what is the sound, the pitch? Is it a high pitch, like, sorry for that. High pitch is usually liver fire or liver yawn rising. And most of the time it comes and goes. It can last 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, but it's not constantly there for most people. If it is constant, usually the pitch is going to be very low pitch, like more like a shh or a wave sound, right? And so that usually is either a kidney yin deficiency or a kidney and liver yin deficiency. So as you can see, we have different diagnoses, but the liver is on both sides. Why is that? Because I always ask, my students always ask, why is this the liver problem since the ear is related to kidney in Chinese medicine? That's a great question. So the kidney opens into the ears. And so when they are constant 20 years of tinnitus, that it's been there for a long time, as people age, more and more older people will get this. So this is more of a kidney deficiency that happens over time. And yes, there is an ear connection to the kidney because of this, and hearing and having hearing issues as we get older. However, the gallbladder meridian goes all around the ear, and the gallbladder and the liver together work really well, specifically to address stress issues. So when we are stressed, the liver gets stagnated, right? Liver qi stagnation, which also affects the gallbladder meridian. So the gallbladder and the liver organ mostly, and the gallbladder meridian will address the stress that can affect the ear. And this is why we see it a lot from people that are really stressed for a long time, and that becomes a high-pitched tinnitus. Most of us have had that. I've had tinnitus for, a week or so. Usually it goes away when the stress decreases. So we need to address this, and we need to address the right pattern and pick the right point. Does that make sense? So let's look at the acupuncture points to help tinnitus. Let's start with the local points. All those three meridians that go right in front of the tragus here in front of the ears are perfect. So small intestine 19, Sanjiao 21, gallbladder 2. You can pick one point, which one, or all three if you wanted to. Both the meridians that go around the ears are the Sanjiao and the gallbladder. So you also can use Sanjiao 17, 18, 19, 20, or gallbladder 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So all around the ear, we have a lot of points that are local that you can use for tinnitus. You can use more than one. It doesn't matter what you feel is best for the patient. Does that make sense? Looking at their diagnosis and who they are. So those are the local points that we can address, that we can use to start with. I will say that when it comes to tinnitus, we have to be really consistent, at least twice a week, specifically if it's been there for quite a long time. In order to see a difference, we also need to do it for a few weeks, specifically if it's due to deficiency and it's been there for a long time. Are you enjoying my graphics so far? Well, you can find them all in my AcuPoint Made Easy, an illustrated guide to all acupuncture points, and so much more. The PDF version has a lot of video links. You can download it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, and have it at your fingertips at any time. It has a great table of contents. The hard copy ships all over the world if you're someone that loves to hold a book and really enjoy the colorful part of my graphics. You'll find them all exactly the same as the PDF in the hard copy book. The feedback has been amazing. As you could see here, so many people have just loved the book or the PDF or both. So what are you waiting for? Click the link below and get your copy today. Let's get back to what we're talking about today. Let's look at distal acupuncture points for tinnitus. We're going to look at large intestine 4 because it is the commander point of the face. It is also a great point to move qi and blood in the body, so it's always good to use it. However, the ears are not necessarily on the face, they're also on the head. So another distal point is lung 7 because this is the commander point of the head and neck. So when there is anything happening on the head or face area, I usually like to put both points. So those are your distal points. Other two distal points would be Sanjiao 5 and gallbladder 34. Because we said both gallbladder meridian and Sanjiao meridians go around the ear. And those are two great points to address ear issues that is affecting that meridian. So now we have our distal point. We want to now address the TCM diagnosis. And we want to make sure we have the point that address the TCM diagnosis. Does that make sense? So if it is a liver yang rising or liver fire, let's look at what point we can do for that. Now, remember that liver yang rising or liver fire comes from liver qi stagnation, which means it comes from stress, which tightened the liver qi, and then more stress, and now liver yang's rising like a volcano and explodes and becomes liver fire on fire, right? Often that could also be accompanied with high blood pressure as well. So if there is liver yang rising or liver fire that's creating that high-pitched tinnitus, we are going to move liver qi first. So we are going to use liver 3, best point for liver qi stagnation. But we also are going to use liver 2 because liver 2 brings liver yang down. If there is liver fire, so now we want to clear the fire itself. We still want to put those points, but we're going to add up stomach 44 and large intestine 11. Those are great points to bring the heat down, the fire down from the head. Plus you use your local point and the distal one that we talked about before. Make sense? Okay. Now that's basic acupuncture for ear ringing or tinnitus when it is excess. When it is deficiency, and we talked about being constant, having a low pitch sound, most of the time it's a kidney and liver yin deficiency. However, there are way more patterns than this. I'm just giving you the basics. There is a spleen qi deficiency with dampness, there's blood stasis, there's phlegm. All those patterns are in the blog post that I wrote on my website with the link in the caption below. So you'll have the link, you can click on it and go look at all the treatment for all the patterns. But I wanted to give you the basic because this is the most common one that we see in clinical practice. Yes? Okay. So when it comes to kidney yin and liver yin deficiency, we need to nourish the yin and we need to address the kidney and liver issue. So we would do in general kidney 6, because one of the best points to tonify kidney yin and kidney yang, more kidney yin. And kidney 3, also kidney yin, kidney yang tonifier, but a bit more kidney yang. So we want to balance the kidney yin, kidney yang as the person is getting older. This is a really, really good point. Now, if there's a lot of heat as well, kidney 2 often is a good add-on to bring the heat down if there is heat. If there's no heat, I wouldn't do kidney 2. Make sense? We want to nourish also liver yin. So same idea, we want to do spleen 6. Now spleen 6 is also a really good point when there is yin deficiency. And remember, spleen 6 is the point that is called the 3 crossing meridian, right? It crosses 3 meridian, the liver, the spleen, and the kidney. And so this is perfect for liver and kidney yin deficiency as well. So this is kind of nourishing what we need to nourish for the deficiency. Make sense? That is the basic treatment for tinnitus. Now, having said that, we also have great formulas. One of the best TCM formula for this is Tian Ma Go Tung Yin. Don't mind my Mandarin pronunciation. Tianma Gotenyin is a really good formula for ear ringing, and so that's a basic formula for liver and kidney yin deficiency. However, we also have formula for liver fire, liver yang rising, so I'm not going to go too much in detail because I want to specifically to do this video on acupuncture points. Be consistent, have a treatment plan that lasts at least a few weeks, and you will see a difference because this is such a tough disorder to get rid of, and it's tough to treat as well. I have seen it how hard it is in practice. I hope that was useful. I have tons more on my website, so check out acuproacademy.com. The resource page has tons of videos, posts, case studies, treatment principle, treatment protocols, and of course, I've got my 2 books right now of Acupoint Made Easy, which all my graphic for all my points, and Chinese Medicine Made Easy. So if you want to check them out, please do so. Keep supporting me by asking questions, letting me know what you want me to provide, and more videos and more treatment principle or anything else you'd like me to talk about. I'm here to serve and to help. Have a fantastic day, and no matter what, keep rocking it using TCM. I hope you enjoyed the content today and found a lot of value into it. Please subscribe so you do not miss out on any future videos, and watch those 2 here to have more content for you to enjoy and absorb.